Smoke curls over the battlefield, but my fire never waned. Jotaro arrives in Morioh and a kid already whispers his secret. I'm Koichi Heroes, 15, and my world flipped in 3 months. Stress, excitement, everything at once. New school, odd strangers, a looming mystery. I race to a passerby, demanding the Higashikata house. I stride forward, slam into a stranger. Ouch. And stumble, my vision blurs, a murmur rises from the crowd. I scramble to my feet, heart pounding, fearing I'll miss the first bell in the school bus.
Ouch.
I point, demanding the exact location of the Higashikata house. I crash, shout, "What?" As the pavement rushes up. Another senior reminds me, "You must greet first if you want to recommend in school." I laugh, shouting, "That's funny." Their smirks deepen as the number bus rattles nearby, tension mounting. I recount the turtle incident. Kids sent to the hospital, school missed. Chaos shattered my studies. I wonder if the greeting rule will haunt future interactions. The seniors listen, amused, as the number bus prepares to depart. A senior lunges, pointing, "You want this end? Huh." He snarls, "Take off your uniform, behave, or we'll let you go, pay us for respect." The group closes in, demanding cash and obedience. My heart races, the bus looms. A senior sighs, "If you don't want attention, stop dressing like that." The senior repeats, "Huh, huh, huh." Confusion clouds his eyes. My eyebrows knit as his silence fuels my frustration. The hallway hums with tension, awaiting a decisive shout. A voice erupts from the seniors, "Stand!" The word crackles like a threat, freezing me mid-step. Eyes dart, searching for the source. The mention of a stand raises the danger level. A scream shatters the hallway. "Nuo, my nose!" Heads whip around, panic rippling. The chaos spikes, the argument exploding into pandemonium. I charge at the senior, roaring, "If you ruin my hair, I'll kill you, wretch." I curse my cartoonish hair, then spot a strange shape rising from his back, an ominous silhouette. The senior bellows, "Hey, look, you're different now." He snarls, "You ruined the turtle, you'll die for this." I freeze, the accusation sharpening the stakes. The senior's nose swells, twists grotesquely. He gasps, "What happened to my nose?" Panic erupts as he claws at his face. My stand's repair flickers, risking harm to the enemy. I glimpse an elderly figure in the hallway, his face mirroring my own. "The old man looks like me," I whisper. His approach hints at a hidden connection to my stand.
The old man looks like me.
The old man steps forward, hinting at a deeper connection.
The senior's stand erupts, dark aura blasting from his back as crazy diamond flickers, desperately trying to mend the twisted turtle shell while his nose grotesquely reshapes, signaling a volatile power surge. I tremble under the senior's accusation, fearing my touch doomed the turtle and my life, while Josuke wrestles guilt as his healing stand threatens to harm those he vowed to protect. The mysterious elder, a mirror of my features, steps forward. Could this be the link I've chased? Meanwhile, the senior's mutating nose and unstable stand repair loom, a deadly unknown waiting.
Copper shards fell from the sky, shattering his grin. A turtle barreled into Morioh, igniting a fever-stricken teen's fight for survival and a youngster's secret inheritance. Jotaro Kyujo stepped off the train onto the quiet streets. He caught sight of a lanky boy with bright hair fixated on the wandering turtle. Jotaro's eyes narrowed.
"What are you looking at?"
Josuke's startled reaction hinted at a dormant power no one had witnessed. Josuke tells Jotaro he already pointed him toward his house, yet his eyes linger on the odd happenings. He confesses he can't tear himself away from the bizarre sights blooming across Morioh. A voice bellows, "Josu," over and over, sowing confusion. The same speaker then gushes, "Your hair's awesome, Josu, look at us together." The bizarre praise distracts the crowd while the chant persists. The absurdity offers comic relief, yet it feels like a deliberate provocation aimed at Josuke. The next line forces Josuke to confront his own identity, turning the joke into a tense showdown. A stranger pushes forward, demanding, "Who is this Josu really?" He warns Josuke to back off, insisting they're done with his interference. Josuke stays silent, the tension thickening. The clash hints that the mystery behind Josu ties to a deeper menace. Josuke watches the battlefield, bewildered. He mutters, "What's happening? This can't be real." He points, he's moving. A silent onlooker whispers, "How?" The air crackles as a stand flickers, shifting positions. Josuke's thoughts race, trying to decode the new motion. The shifting aura hints at a hidden stand poised to turn the tide. Josuke looks down, his hat warping mid-air. He shouts, "My hat's changing shape, is it stable?" He frets, "What if it smashes my head?" He dubs the unseen foe a terrifying figure, yet possibly a potent ally. The hat's flicker mirrors stand energy. Josuke steadies, preparing for the bizarre menace. The morphing headgear signals a new power surfacing.
Jotaro advances, his gaze fixed on Joseph's weathered photograph. He declares that a hidden danger within the image could summon a new stand. At the same moment, Josuke's crazy diamond flares, his hat warping with strange energy, igniting the battlefield. Josuke watches his cherished hat twist into a menacing form, his confidence cracking as he fears it might strike his own head. Meanwhile, the crowd's fury over the hair insult fuels a desperate craving for protection. A shadowy silhouette looms behind the blazing stand, murmuring that Joseph's photograph conceals a curse capable of corrupting Morioh. Jotaro and Josuke stare, aware of an unseen enemy poised to strike.
The earth shivered as the mask exploded. A condemned man survived the hanging, his stand ignited, and he prowled the silent streets. An old man stepped forward, eyes narrowed, and warned Josuke that a new stand user roamed Morioh. He whispered that this rival might outclass Crazy Diamond. He urged Josuke to stay distant. The police would turn a blind eye. The warning sharpened Josuke's senses, forcing him to hunt an unseen danger. Now Josuke senses a stronger stand looming. The elder repeats the caution, demanding Josuke flee at the first sign of the newcomer. He emphasizes lethal risk and the futility of police help. He declares tomorrow's trial, warning that the stand's power borders on madness. An officer watches Angelo's stand balloon into a grotesque colossus. "Huge, arrest him," he shouts. He lunges, cuffs in hand, but the aura shatters the metal. Angelo bellows, "You can't catch me." The street erupts, honks, screams, violent panic. The badge clatters, a stark sign of law's collapse.
Your orders are useless.
"Hold your fire." The stand's roar rattles windows, a prelude to Josuke's arrival. A frantic father lunges toward his daughter, wailing, "That's my child. Who are you?" He sees Angelo's looming form, his daughter trembling. "Tomoko, where are you going?" He cries. She clutches a bag, eyes glued to the stand's eerie glow. The father's terror spreads, igniting the crowd's dread. A fiery voice snarls at Josuke, condemning his command to abandon the car and daring them to perish. The speaker threatens, demanding Josuke cease his rashness. A woman intervenes, urging Josuke to distance himself from the enraged assailant and recalling Jotaro's caution to stay vigilant. The reminder underscores Josuke's proximity to igniting a lethal stand. Tension spikes as allies plead for restraint, an urgent plea. Angelo charges at Josuke, demanding he retreat and blaming his stunt for endangering the girl. He snarls, "She'll die because of you," and fists his hand, vowing a brutal cut if Josuke hesitates. The furious threat forces Josuke into immediate action.
Angelo erupts his stand's dark aura, taunting Josue. Josue lunges, fists blazing, to shatter the cursed energy with Crazy Diamond. The explosive clash crackles with raw power. Josue wagers his entire stand, his iron will, and the frightened girl's slim hope, confronting Angelo's relentless aura. Rage fuels his desperate drive to shield her, blazing determination. Angelo's chilling vow to haunt Josue everywhere sets a looming showdown. Dark aura crackles, police scramble, and the next strike threatens to shatter the fragile balance. The thunderous tension hangs heavy.
Night shatters, a chill foretelling a fresh nightmare. A teen stumbles onto a curse stand. Morioh's silent streets flare into turmoil. Josuke Higashikata prowls a downtown alley, eyes sharp, ears tuned. A faint ripple tingles his senses. Something strange lurks beneath everyday chores. He curls Crazy Diamond tighter, muscles coiled. The town's peace masks a looming menace. Suddenly, a milkman barrels into his path, cartons clattering. Whispers drift through Morioh, neighbors flaunt uncanny quirks. A shopkeeper yells about a missing trowel, shattered bottle caps, a job impossible without tools. Josuke spots a half-empty milk crate, wonders if the milkman holds the key. He notes the town's supplies dwindling, the milk bag torn, the liquid oddly luminous. A passerby shouts, "That woman, J.C. Kyle, she's a curse." The angry cry ricochets down the street. The speaker's frustration hints a link to Kira's network. Tension spikes, suggesting the milkman's stand could intersect the larger plot. A mysterious woman watches from the shadows. Her aqua necklace stand capable of possessing anyone who drinks the milk. A hidden figure whispers, "That clever woman's aqua necklace can possess anyone who drinks the milk." He mentions a kid from yesterday as a test subject. Another voice asks which room the kid occupies, mocks Josuke's ease, and boasts about crushing rivals. The dialogue reveals a scheme to weaponize the milk stand, turning civilians into puppets. Josuke feels the pressure to uncover the milk's true power. The milkman rambles, "Angelo possessed, stand activated." He claims the stand entered a body, left without attacking, then retreated. He mentions using a weak stand to slip into others, cites his mother drinking something strong, and stresses distance matters for control. The confession reveals the stand can hijack bodies and manipulate fluids. Josuke notes the danger of a possession-capable stand. Josuke wonders how the milkman's stand can possess bodies. Josuke points at a sketch scrawled on the pavement, asking, "Where did you get this picture?" The milkman stammers, "Hey, he's the milkman you met too, know each guy." He mixes the sketch with his identity, confused. The drawing shows a strange symbol etched on a milk bottle. The milkman stammers, Jitaro, "Josuke want milk, sugar please, stand, wait, what should I, limuit, gurgle gurgle." His words tumble, trying to trigger the stand. The milk swirls ominously, hinting a dairy attack is forming. The chaotic attempt shows his stand is unstable, risking accidental harm to anyone nearby. Josuke readies Crazy Diamond for the inevitable showdown.
Josuke watches the milkman's bottle digit flare, the glow spiking as the stand's countdown accelerates. The sugar-spiked coffee now fuels a lethal timer, turning a mundane delivery into a ticking bomb. Josuke's pulse races, preparing for the clash. Josuke feels the press of impending danger, his confidence wavering as the ticking stand threatens to consume his friends, forcing him to choose between intervening now or watching catastrophe unfold. His heart pounds, breath shallow, as the city's fate hangs on a single breath. The milkman stumbles over his words, a frantic stand hanging in the air, while the bottle's glow spikes, sealing the moment of activation in tension. The exact target of the unleashed power remains shrouded, leaving everyone on edge, waiting for the inevitable explosion.
A deranged attacker crashes into the canteen, vowing to slay the boss's son and his mother. Connor yells at Josuke, warning that Angelo hides inside a bottle near his house. Angelo's stand can morph into any liquid, milk, coffee, blood. Connor snarls, "Brute force won't cut it. Guard that bottle until backup arrives." Josuke clamps his fists, feeling the liquid threat could drown anyone in seconds. The alarm blares and the night erupts into a frantic chase.
Watch the bottle. It can turn into any liquid.
Angelo's fluid form surges, flooding the canteen with a chilling tide. Angelo bursts in, sneering "game over," and lunges for the kitchen. The air crackles with tension. The boy mutters, "I'm just waiting for somebody right now." He snaps at his grandfather, demanding answers, urging the old man to stop talking. The grandfather stays mute, stare locked on the doorway. The strained dialogue reveals a family on edge. The mysterious arrival could be the next stand user who reshapes the fight. Josuke slams the accelerator. The black sedan weaves through deserted alleys, neon signs blurring past. Behind them, a puddle of liquid stand spreads, forming a slick trail that clings to the vehicle's wake. The liquid ripples, reaching for the bottle. Josuke feels the stand's tug on his hand. He jerks the wheel, keeping distance. The tension mounts as the liquid stand closes in. Josuke spots a silhouette near a broken wall. He yells, hoping to distract the pursuer. His shout reverberates, provoking a high-pitched laugh that mocks his desperation. The taunt grants a few seconds to veer onto a side street. The liquid stand splashes onto the pavement, stalling briefly. Angelo watches from the shadows, shouting a garbled warning about Josuke's grandfather and mocking the night's events. He hints Josuke's overexertion could cost him dearly if he pushes too hard. The taunt adds pressure, suggesting allies may be compromised and fatigue could become a critical weakness.
Josue, you've got grandpa. Don't overdo it.
Josuke now faces the risk of collapsing from fatigue. Crazy Diamond flashes bright, mending a shattered candy container. Josuke watches, explaining his stand can fix any broken thing and heal injuries, but cannot revive the dead. He declares the power a kind gift, yet once life ends, his stand cannot restore it.
Higashikata steps out of the shadows, declaring his murderous intent and targeting Josuke's family, turning the battle into a personal war. His cold grin promises a relentless assault that will test every ounce of Josuke's resolve. Josuke feels his resolve harden, vowing to shield his mother and grandfather at any cost, even as his healing stand warns that overuse may shatter his own strength. The promise crackles like static, sealing his determination against any future doubt. The liquid stand opponent's translucent fluid pools ominously, while Kira's looming presence promises a deadly showdown, leaving Josuke teetering between heroic repair and catastrophic collapse. The battlefield trembles, waiting for the final clash.
The streets burned, hope turned to ash, and Jilo lurks ready to strike from inside before we even finish our meal. Josu and Wellies climb the dusty attic. They uncover rows of polished shoes, faded uniforms, a funeral shirt stacked neatly. An old man's untouched clothes lie among them. The stash hints at Angelo's hidden base. The gear could conceal his vapor stand. Their next move, locate the water source. Josu rifles through a crate, pulling out bottles of water and cans of food. Wellies eyes the stash, warning that contaminated meals could poison them. Josu secures the clean water, discarding any opened rations. Wellies orders the group to hold off eating until safety is confirmed. Rain splashes onto the cracked floor, pooling around the bottle. Drops hiss as they strike hot steam, turning into fog. The team watches the vapor thicken, hoping the rain will force Angelo back into the glass. This rain is their only weapon to turn steam into liquid and trap the stand. Josu spots a chance to use the rain. The downpour intensifies. Water rushes into the bottle, filling it to the brim. Angelo's vapor meets the rain, condensing in an instant. Josu shouts, "Rain!" as the trap snaps shut, sealing the steam inside. The team holds their breath, waiting for the stand to be contained. Capturing Angelo could end his vapor assaults for good. A sharp, high-pitched sound echoes through the hallway. A rapid rah-rah-rah-rah that rises and falls like a siren. The noise follows the vapor, growing louder as the steam fills the rooms. Everyone realizes the sound marks Angelo's movement, giving them a rough map of his path. The auditory clue becomes their only guide in the fog. Josu spots a faint condensation forming near a doorway. The group attempts to force the vapor into a sealed jar, but the steam slips through the glass. They discover the vapor can't be contained while in this form. Leaks appear on the second floor, seeping into other rooms. The spreading mist makes the entire area hazardous, trapping everyone inside.
Angelo shatters the bottle, morphing into scorching vapor that erupts from Josue's pot, surging across the floor and slipping through every crack, annihilating the team's trap in a blinding plume. Josue watches his carefully crafted cage dissolve, feeling his hope evaporate as the team's confidence crumbles. Angelo's newfound freedom fuels dread, and the looming threat of an uncontrollable storm hangs over them. The crew races toward tiled bathroom 1001, desperate to seal the vapor, but clogged pipes spew steam upward, filling the house with invisible fire and no clear way to contain the raging mist.
Blast still reverberates. Our next move ignites now. His water-bending stand pulverizes stone, turning the corridor into a torrent of scalding steam. Josu and the crew watch the hallway morph into a boiling cauldron, no path left to tread. Angelo flashes a smug grin, proving he never underestimates water stands.
Ha ha! We're trapped like rats.
Angelo declares he will cage them inside the searing steam chamber. Angelo erupts in a cackle, his laugh ricocheting off the blistering walls. He proclaims the trap sealed, his stand poised to end their suffering. Steam coils tighter, slamming hot mist into their throats. Josu draws shallow breaths, feeling the peril spike with every heartbeat.
Got you.
Josu feels a fierce surge ignite his chest. He swallows hard, steadying his breath. The steam's pressure and looming danger sharpen his resolve. He chooses to unleash Echo's power despite the danger. The move could swing the battle, but it places him squarely in Angelo's sight.
I feel the urge. I must act now.
Angelo reacts, certain his prediction still stands. Josu roars, branding Angelo's foresight a lie. He says Angelo couldn't anticipate this strike, even if Jotaro's earlier guess proved true. The team senses a fissure in Angelo's flawless record. Their fresh confidence fuels a final push to shut down the humidifier before it erupts. Angelo snaps his right arm, metal melding into jagged rock. He roars, "Rock!" and declares the fused limb will crush Josu. Josu lunges, hurling accusations that Angelo murdered his grandfather. The clash heightens as Angelo's new rock power threatens to pin Josu forever.
Rock! My fused arm crushes you.
You killed my grandfather! Murderer!
Josu prepares a desperate counter to the rock blast. Angelo steps forward, his voice reverberating, and warns Josu he will remain in Morioh as a stone statue. Josu reels, refusing to accept a rock fate. This matters because the rock ability could immobilize Josu permanently, ending his fight.
Angelo fuses his arm into jagged rock, roaring "Rock!" as the humidifier erupts, and Josue's flesh begins turning to stone. Josue feels his legacy crumble, his desperate cries for justice silenced as his body hardens. He watches helplessly as his power collapses before Angelo's cursed rock and the choking steam. Angelo smirks, pointing Josue's stone toward a hidden rock landmark on Zenji Road, promising a secret weapon. The steam-filled hallway threatens to drown them both, leaving their next move shrouded in mystery.
Flames devour the streets, ash choking the sky, and I alone gasp for air. A teenage boy, Josuke Higashikata, lies broken, his destiny marked by a holy arrow that screams through his chest. He awakens in a cold, damp cell, walls dripping with gloom. A distant shout pierces the silence, his name echoing off stone. In the corner, a figure in a pristine school uniform steps into a sliver of light, smirking. The stranger's laugh cuts sharper than knives, mocking Josuke's claim that no one can be born with a stand. The taunt forces Josuke to stare down an unknown menace. The uniformed man promises the truth behind the arrow's deadly choice. The iron door shudders, creaking open on rusted hinges. The cloaked stranger steps out without a word, swallowed by the dim hallway. A faint footstep echoes, clack, behind him, fading into silence. Josuke sits alone, his new stand humming like a restless heart. The clock ticks, guards will return, he must act now. The next scene shifts to a hushed conversation about Morioh, Josuke's hometown, and the looming danger. A voice drifts from the corridor, soft but probing. "Morioh, right? A nice little town," he says, teasing Josuke. He scoffs at any grand scheme, declaring his only goal is personal amusement and mastering his stand. The stranger's careless grin reveals a reckless attitude toward the power he wields. The arrow leans in, voice a low hiss. "Your rage called the arrow's attention," he snarls. "The reckless man who pierced you deserved his fate." He points at the stone, explaining the holy arrow is lodged within, its power sealed until the rock shatters. Josuke feels the weight of accusation, realizing his fury may have locked his chance. The cell echoes with Arrow's warning, demanding he break the stone. Arrow reveals the stand's name, Crazy Diamond, a moniker given by Jotaro. "It can repair any broken thing," he explains, "but only when your mind stays calm." He warns that a spike of anger will destabilize the repair, possibly reversing the effect. He adds that its speed rivals any known stand, making it a lethal weapon in the right hands. Josuke glances at his trembling hands, understanding his power hinges on mastering his temper. He must decide, shatter the stone and risk losing control or stay trapped.
With a deafening roar, Arrow shatters the stone cell. The fissure spills bright blue light, exposing the dormant Holy Arrow's power. In the glow, a ripple hints that Dio's stand awakens alongside Crazy Diamond's true potential, setting the stage for a clash that could reshape fate itself. Josuke's panic erupts into a blood-curdling scream, his mind teetering between desperate survival and the bitter truth that his fury fuels the Arrow's wrath, threatening both his freedom and the innocent boy's life. Arrow warns that any surge of Josuke's anger could corrupt Crazy Diamond, while the newly opened fissure beckons an unknown force, leaving the fate of the escaped stand in Josuke's shattered world hanging in peril.
Flames devour Morioh behind me, but the true battle ignites now. 81 residents vanished, 45 of them children, leaving the town hollow. A tattered map pinpoints the middle school, the bank, the bustling shopping lane, and Josuke's riverside home. A caption traces the Nijimura brothers from ancient Jaman dwellings to recent squatters' whispers. Shadows gather around a rumored haunted house, promising a dark secret. Their next move trembles on the edge of destiny. The Nijimura brothers emerge from a cramped alley, shoulders tight. Okayasu Ball grips his fists while his elder sibling scans the silent street. A sharp glance passes. Unspoken rumors about the abandoned house linger. Their boots echo on cracked pavement as they march toward the lot. Josuke lunges forward, a raw scream tearing the stillness. "Ah!" he roars, then shouts about a gun, his hand trembling as if ready to draw. The outburst crackles with desperation, hinting at a stand surge or a frantic defense. "The gun urge." Okayasu tightens his grip, preparing to confront Josuke's intrusion. Okayasu strides forward, fury blazing, and snarls at Josuke for snooping. "Stop sniffing around other people's house, kid!" he barks, demanding the intruder cease his prying. "What's your problem?" he adds, the accusation flaring into a direct clash.
Okuyasu brandishes the hand, vowing to crush Josuke before his stand awakens. While his brother seals the house's fate in blood, Josuke feels his sanctuary shatter, his new stand drawing lethal focus, while Okuyasu's fury fuels a desperate need to protect his family's claim, leaving both boys teetering on tragedy's edge. The air crackles as Josuke's eyes flare, an imminent stand awakening, while Okuyasu readies the hand's crushing grip, the showdown hanging on a single volatile heartbeat.
When the flames finally fell, I stood alone amid the ash. Okayasu shattered the rival stand user, igniting Josuke's fierce resolve. The enemy stand sliced the sky, tearing a jagged hole that devoured a slab of reality. Crazy Diamond surged forward, stitching the missing piece in an instant. The sudden repair slammed the attacker's momentum to a halt. Now we know Crazy Diamond can rebuild even erased space, an unexpected edge against this killer's crew. But the foe drops a new threat, a velocity that could outrun Crazy Diamond itself. The rift quivers, then a cryptic sigil blazes across the arena, humming with charged stand energy. Okayasu darts forward, the hand crackling, slashing the glowing rune. The enemy stand's right arm slams into Okayasu's chest, crushing his ribs. He bellows, "Let go of my arm," and strains against the iron grip. Koichi watches, panic rising as the pressure threatens to shatter bone. Josuke drives Crazy Diamond harder, pouring raw power into the torn seam, racing to seal the gap before the crushing arm tears the battlefield apart. The clash erupts into a fever-pitched showdown.
Let go of my arm.
The foe's next strike could shatter everything. The enemy stand lifts a hand, bellowing the Japanese command, Chinese letter, a stark warning. It orders Josuke to abandon his repairs and retreat. Koichi shouts, "I'll stay and cover you," refusing to abandon his friends.
The enemy stand shatters reality itself, cleaving the void between the fighters and threatening to erase the entire battlefield as Crazy Diamond surges to seal the massive wound. Okuyasu endures crushing pressure on his chest, while Koichi refuses to abandon him, their desperation mounting as the chance to halt the unstoppable stand slips away. The stand's teleport and erase power looms, leaving the trio teetering on the brink of annihilation as the widening void threatens to swallow them whole.